You are here because you are ready for the future. You are sick and tired of what's happening nowadays. You want to have something better. This is why you are here, and you are ready to explore the future and do everything in your power to have a glorious, marvelous future. Now, today I'm going to take you through a journey that contains 5 parts. In our journey, we're going to discuss Vitae, the idea. Yeah, why we originated with the idea of Vitae. What's the reason? I always say there's a reason why an idea comes to life, and the reason is because there is a problem. There is a lack of solutions to the market. And when there are too many problems, an idea rises up with a solution to it and takes us to the next chapter of life. Pretty much like a book, which is written of chapters. This is how our life looks like as well. The best is always yet to come. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is the product, which means we have an idea, and this idea comes in the form of a product. That's number 2 of our journey today. Number 3 is the opportunity. With every new idea, there's an opportunity. You know, when things go south, when things are going tough, when things are hard, there's always an opportunity arising. There's always. Your job, I would say, rather your task, is to open up your eyes and see it. Find the opportunity. Because those who grab it, they are winners. Those who skip it, I don't want to say it, but you gotta kind of understand what I mean. Number 4, chapter 4 today is gonna be the Vitae token that we're gonna discuss. And part number 5, you guys already know what I'm gonna say is my most favorite, the most important one, is Vitae, the vision. Because it's one thing understanding the problems in the market, learning the statistics that's happening, yeah? It's another thing providing an idea, an amazing idea, and a product with it. But if you don't have a vision, you don't succeed long term. You need a vision. You need a place to go. You need to be able to visualize it right in the beginning. At this stage, and this is my job today, to help you see where is this going. At least where we want to go. Might be that we need to course correct sometimes. We get some feedbacks from the market. We get feedback from the competition or whatever it is in the market. But we always need to know where is it that we go. You need to be able to visualize it. And even attach to it something that is important to you. And what is the most important part to us is our heart, our feelings. Something that we can really attach to. And when you can attach your feelings to something, it means you're really living it. And when you're living it, the only way that is in front of you is success. Ask every single person that you know in your life that is a successful person, and ask him, when did the change happen? When did you have your breakthrough? And they'll all be able to refer to their time when they certainly clicked with their image. They had a vision, and their vision got so crystal clear that they had the possibility to attach their feelings to it, to start living it. This is when it all happened. This is when they took off. Okay? So let us go further with number 1, Vitae, the idea. As I mentioned before, we live in a world, a technology world, a world of a lot of IT, a lot of stuff happening. And the form that we communicate with each other is mainly through social media. However, with the years, although it has grown up to be a very successful industry, and you see many, many platforms rise and come online and offer different variations of communication, different ways of how to communicate and connect with people. But there's a downside to it as well. There's a problem with that. And actually, there are many problems. And people are not happy anymore with the current status of what social media platforms are. And there's a few reasons to do it. Number 1 is people feel that their data is being sold and they have no privacy anymore. That's a problem. To those who didn't acknowledge it yet, it's not going to take you long until you find it out. Yeah. Number 1. Number 2 is there is no freedom of speech. People are being censored. Yeah. Whether it's about situations about COVID, whether it's political speech or whatever kind of stuff, that there isn't agenda, on the contrary, that doesn't want you to bring your voice out there because it might disturb their agenda, they censor you, they silence you, they don't give you the opportunity to voice yourself out there. Which just means the part that a person should be free to speech is not there anymore. Then there's another problem. People are being manipulated to their thoughts, what they should look at, how they should shape their daily shopping, their daily stuff by targeted advertisements. Using their data to know, okay, this is what they look for, this is what they gain interest in. Let us send them targeted advertisements, specifically custom made, tailored to their needs. For example, those who know me very well, I'm a big fan of Coke Zero, right? See, I'm not going to get any advertisement about champagne. Maybe somebody's listening in now to this conversation and they're going to start sending some stuff about champagne, but this is definitely not my interest. But I will come and see stuff about Coke Zero or stuff that I personally like. You experience it yourself when you start searching online. The kind of pop-ups that you see on the site are mainly about stuff that you were looking for. A good example for you people who are already involved for a longer period of time, even recent, the last few months, let's put it this way, 3-4 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago, you haven't been familiar with cryptocurrency, so you never saw any advertisement that is related to any of this kind. But if you notice it, once you started buying Vitae tokens, you had to buy first Bitcoin or exchange Vitae tokens to Bitcoin, etc. Suddenly you will start seeing all kind of stuff that is related, for example, to Bitcoin, or to trade with Bitcoins, or in different ICO, or whatever in that form, in that case, you'll start seeing appearing on your screens. And you might wonder, how is that possible? Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Targeted advertisements. They use your data, they use the stuff you're looking for, they know everything you're looking for. Okay? Another big issue that we have with social media is fake news and misinformation. What do I mean by that is, for that very same idea that you have sometimes no freedom of speech, sometimes they want you to have certain information in order to paint you a certain picture in your mind, to get you to think in a different way, to change the narrative, and they will spread through social media fake news. They will reach you, maybe manipulate you, and maybe change your thought about stuff that they want you to change. Yeah? However, there's also a problem with fake news as well, misinformation. A lot of fake news is one thing, but you might be misinformed about a lot of stuff. Disregard with fake news as well. See what I mean? Is painting a picture that might be accurate, but in a different way that will give you a different thought, and it will misinform you about something. Not giving you the news you really want to see, the ideas you really want to see, the way you want to see them, or at least in the objective way. And slander and abuse is also a big issue that we have in social media. You know, when you listen into big stories or whatever, even you listen to people, you hear it as well as long. I mean, you hear that as a lot with teenagers, that there is a lot of slander and abuse, but it goes even further. It's just not just for teenagers; it's for elderly people as well, and I mean the middle class as well. There's so much wrongdoing in social media currently, and people are definitely not happy about that. Now, this might be my personal opinion. However, we went to check some statistics, and when you look at the statistics and you see the numbers that appear on the screen now, the high numbers, suddenly, although you didn't maybe know how far this goes, you start thinking to yourself, well, if 91% of people think that the advertisements are much more intrusive than before, then it's not that maybe it is like that, but you start suddenly looking at yourself, actually it is like that. Because your Facebook account, for example, didn't have 5 years ago as many advertisements as they have today. I give always the example of YouTube. YouTube 3 years ago, you watch something, you had a small advertisement, you skip the ad, period, done. Today you open up a YouTube clip, you have to watch 2 advertisements. Mostly the first one you cannot even skip, making you focus on the second one, just on the skip ad button. so you can go faster. If this clip is something longer, or there have been already many views to it, which means there's a lot of interest from the public to this clip, they'll give you more advertisement during the clip as well, which is as well a problem. People are fed up of that. Yeah? Targeted ads, for example. 97% of people who have been served think that there are too many, advertisements in general. And 79% of people who have been served think that they are being traced by these companies. And what that has resulted was that over 500 million people, imagine 500 million out of 7 point something billion people in the world. That's a lot. That's a lot, because I guess that there are over 1 billion people that don't even have internet. You see what I mean? That's a lot. And they have installed already ad blockers because they don't want to have these advertisements. Yeah? And what we know is that in the year 2015, companies have lost a revenue of $22 billion because of people downloading to their devices these ad blockers. And the estimated loss in ad revenue in 2020 was $35 billion. Now these numbers, they tell you a lot, you see, because that means that you are not the only one thinking of that. Many people think like that. What else have we learned from our statistics? Yeah, 75% of people who have been served don't want companies selling their private data. I wonder about the other 25%. Maybe they didn't understand the question when they have been served. I mean, who wants companies to sell their private data? Yeah. 54% of people feel either fed up, frustrated, or creeped out by companies that use their data to serve targeted and personalized ads. That's a lot. But more than that, 84% of people have concerns, this one bothers me very much, about businesses monitoring and collecting data from their phone. Okay? While 85% worry about location tracking from their devices. I give you always the same example that I'm going to give you tonight. To those who use Gmail, use Google, you get a Google timeline once in a while, showing you all the new places you have visited, all the new cities you have been, all the points on the map that you've been, like we used to do in the back old days. We had a map behind us, and we had points where we have put in a pin to show, hey, this is a place that I've covered already. Google does it for you, right? They have your data. I don't know who they share it with. I'm not here to say that they sell my stuff. I'm not here to defend them as well. But the idea is that a lot of people are worried that they're being traced through their devices. And this has led to a very interesting statistic, which I always say this one particularly will help us more understand why we came upon this idea and what we are about to solve. Is that 73% of people who have been served said that they would pay much more to online services just to ensure that those companies, that those online services will not sell their personal data. This one is very obvious to me, and it helps us out understanding what is it that we do and what I'm going to share with you today in this journey of the Vitae presentation. Yeah. But we came to a conclusion with all the information above, the problems that we just have mentioned, the statistics that we have learned, that all the above information led us to be not social anymore. We're being products, we are being objects, we are being monetized to serve a certain purpose to these companies, but we are definitely not social anymore. Now this has to change. We need a solution. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have good news for you. We have the solution. We have the solution. The solution is very simple. We need a new social media platform. We need a brand new social media platform. The good news is we don't need to start it. It is already in the making. And most of you are already familiar with it. It is a social media platform that represents life. And it represents life by its name. In Latin, it's called Vitae, and it represents life by its logo. a tree that generates a new life. Yeah. This new platform would have an advertisement-free timeline, which means forget being advertised much more intrusive than before or too much targeted advertisements, because it's going to be a timeline-free, advertisement-free timeline. Sorry. Number two, very, very, very important. In this very new social media platform, we're going to have the right to freedom of speech. It's a right that we have as humans, yeah, and it's not a right that has been given to us by others. It is not a privilege. It's a right to have freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech is going to be respected, despite your political views, despite your opinions, what you think about COVID, for or against. This is not our business as a company to get involved in this conversation. However, freedom of speech doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want online. If you want to start a hate crime, a racist post, a group, or, I mean, that kind of stuff, sorry, this is the wrong information, the wrong platform for you. Okay? I always refer to people, if you want to have help, what you can do online is simply understand what you do offline, you can do online. Stuff that you wouldn't tell other people in the offline world, there's no room for it in the online world, especially not in our platform. It's very simple, okay? If you're going to slander and abuse people online, you're going to be removed, because you don't do that offline as well. But freedom of speech, voicing your opinion, is important. This is our way of life. This is how we grow further. Yeah? Number three, very important, there's no selling of personal data. We do not sell your personal data, not to advertisers. Why? Because our timeline is advertisement free. We don't need to do that. But we don't do that to gain and monetize people, because by us, the people are customers. They're not products, they're not objects. The issue that we have, one of the problems of fake news and misinformation, we have tackled this issue with a unique feature to limit the spread of fake news, and it's driven by the community. And I'll be telling you later in this journey how this exactly works. It is unique. And of course, which is as well very interesting, we have an attractive revenue sharing mechanism based on your activities. Which means, let me get this very straight on the record, we are not a lottery system. We are not an investment system. We are not a platform to show our income logs in order to attract others. Very, very important part. We're going to come to it back later when we talk about your telling your Vitae story. People who work, who create labor, people who are active on our platform have a very interesting sharing mechanism that they can earn from. Yeah, revenue sharing mechanism, what I mean. But there's no free lunch. Very, very important. There's no free lunch. You got to do something in order to earn something. However, we have a great idea, and we already know what the solution is to the problems that we tackled, that we summoned, sorry. But the question is, who are we solving it for? Because this is also part of your story. Know who are you going to share this story with? Who are we solving it for? Well, you know who's a potential customer? Every person that you know that uses social media, that you think or you know that he feels uncomfortable by big tech, or he feels threatened at some point big tech, yeah, is a potential customer, and we'll solve this issue for him as well. There's another potential style of customers. Those are people who, unfortunately, for example, due to COVID, have lost their jobs, they've lost their income. People who want to make a living through social media, connecting with people, communicating with people. They want to start making a living, building up their own database of a customer base. They're also potential customers. We have an amazing state-of-the-art earning model for them. These are as well potential customers. But I want you to ask yourself three very, very important questions, and I want you to attach to every question an answer, because I want you to remember this answer when we finish this journey today with this presentation. Yeah? And based on the problems that we have summoned, the statistics that we have seen in the market, the solution that we provide to that, and who we are providing the solution for, how many people do you think will join this very new social media platform? Pick a number. Write it down. Close your eyes, think it for yourself, place it in your upside fridge for a while now. But pick a number, attach a number, very, very important number to know for yourself. How many people do you think will join this very new social media platform? Number two, based on this first question is, how many people do you think will join this very new social media platform because you decided personally to share it with them? You felt it was important to share it with them. You felt it could make an impact on their life, not sitting anymore on the current platforms and communicating with them. You felt it was important to connect and communicate with them on a very new platform. How many people do you think will do so because you decided to share it with them? And question number three, which is based on the second question actually, is, will this number change of question number two if you could earn on their activities, or will it remain the same? Is the yes or no question. Remember these answers, please, that you have answered yourself, because I'm going to come back to these questions later, okay? I'm going to share with you a small video, hopefully, fingers crossed, that the sound is going to play along. If not, I'll hear about that. But this video summarizes a bit of what we just talked about and gives you a sneak preview of where we're going with this journey of this very presentation. See you in a minute.
Did you know there are billions of people on social media? We at Vitae want to leverage that power. Instead of huge multinationals taking advantage of you, we want to bring it back to you. Once you're invited to our platform, making your way around is easy, and all the while, your privacy is guaranteed. As the Vitae timeline is advertisement-free, you can now focus on valuable content and engaging in exciting discussion. At Vitae, we focus on your reason to be online, connect with fellow members, become an influencer yourself, and be paid for what you already do now. That's right, as a creator of good content, you're rewarded in real monetary value. But that's not all. By creating a strong network, you can also earn from other people's activity. Help us to grow our happy community and strive for financial freedom. Don't let your personal impact go to waste. Join the thousands of others creating the first full return social media platform ever. Of course, this creates a lot of opportunities for businesses as well. Are you looking for relevance through corporate social responsibility? We got you. Redistribute your Vitae earnings or join our charity funds in just a few simple steps. Vitae is designed from human to human, where people and companies create relationships that drive global prosperity. Are you ready to make a difference for yourself and for the world? Join us now.
Thanks for the compliments. Netsla. I got some good feedback that the sound was good, so I'm happy for you. Let us close chapter 1 and go to part 2, which is the product. We just mentioned that we have an amazing solution to the current problems that we live with, but we gotta have a sneak preview what the product is, which we already described. It's a social media platform. But what we need to know is as well, how does it work? What is it different than the others? Okay? How does it work? We're going to start with summarizing first the points, the necessary points, and then we'll start going into detail with each and every point, what it is, how it is. Many of you already know that we start with your own registration, of course, in a platform. You get one energy boost, which contains 150 energy points. EPs stands for energy points upon registration. Those who have read their email, and I urge every single member to read their emails. Maybe you get it in spam, take it out of spam, but start reading your emails. There's so much information there. Important for you to know. So those who read their emails today know already where this is going with one energy boost and 150 energy points. Okay? See, very important. If you do not get your emails, I've been asked by the head of the marketing to send you, to forward you to Vitae token.io/news. VitaeToken.io/news. You will always get there the latest news of the newsletters that we have sent to our members. I know that recently you've got more emails. It's just a good sign because we're moving forward and we're moving actually in a good speed. Expect more mails to come because this is really when we start gearing up. Okay? Now, the next step will be Vitae will reward you as a gift a free unit which will be planted in the garden. Okay? You'll be rewarded when your posts, when your content are being shared by others. We value your content, the idea of valuing your content, very important. Other companies lack doing so. They take the benefits to themselves of your work, your content, your hard effort. Yeah, we believe that it actually belongs to you. You'll be rewarded on the activities of those you have personally referred to the platform, which means if you have helped us grow our platform and people are active on the platform because of you. Remember the second question I asked you earlier? How many people will do so because you decide to share it with them? Well, you'll be rewarded for that as well. Very important. What else do we have in-house? And especially now, as we are in beta phase, still before public launching, although we are in the good steps, in the first steps now, from February 1st, actually we are now because preparation is the key, you know, when you prepare yourself to get to full gear, it is already the first steps. But up until public launch, it is necessary. It's an obligation. Again, it's your choice. For those who want to join beta, we'll discuss it later why it is important to join beta and not wait after public launch. Yeah? We got to upgrade. Now, an upgrade is not a one-off. It's not buying a lottery ticket as I explained before and let me see what happens. No. If that's your view, that's your take, I am sorry to tell you, but don't waste $200 of your money. Seriously, go to a restaurant, eat a good steak, have a good champagne on the side, maybe a good wine. Don't money here if you just, you know, you're going to kick some tires, as they say, you know. An upgrade, what are we talking about? An upgrade, an account is every single month. A value of $199.99. I said a value because we talk in terms of credits. And the upgrade is not just for now, it is for the very future as well, is unlocking a variety of additional features and benefits that free members will not have even after public launch, which means an upgraded member, of course, will have much more. And we will see that as well before public launch coming in and after public launch as well, of course. But we will see that coming in step by step. What else do we have is people that you have referred to Vitae. When they have an activity, when they make an upgrade, you can earn a commission on that as well. So you helped others making activities on our platform, you'll be able to earn some commission on that as well. And I'll explain it later in detail. Step number 1 was easy registration. Now, this is what you should expect from February 1st, 2021. We are 5 days away from there, I think. Yeah, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31st, and then we have the 1st. Yeah. This is how you should expect it. Number 1 is a welcoming page to Vitae, where you will be able to sign up. Now, you see the button sign up for free, although I just mentioned it is not for free currently. This is already the platform that we prepared already for even after public launch, which means after public launch, it will be a sign up for free as well. Page number 2, you'll go to, Vitae will say, let's get to know you with your details. Just to put in your stuff, accept terms and conditions and privacy policies. The next step will be that the system will recognize, okay, all right, we have you on board. We just need you to verify that it is you. And based on the email you have provided, and I hope it's not a fake email that you have provided, I don't see a reason why to do that this way. Maybe you have been misinformed on another way, and this is why you decided it has to be something weird. Or maybe you have decided it was important for somebody else to do it for you, which I still don't understand why. Guys, please, when we talk about this, understand, when you download any app to your phone, when you open up any website with access to some information online where you gotta put in your details, you do it yourself. You don't call a friend of yours to set it up for you. It's as easy and as simple as you do it with any other platform. You do it here as well. Anyhow, this is when you will get, by this email, you will get a verification code that you'll need to verify your account with, and then you will be able to go and start working on your profile, which means your cover photo, your profile picture, etc., etc., etc. It's going to be very cool. Okay? We talked about energy points. You saw it in the mail. Those who didn't see in the mail, I would like to repeat again. Go to vitaetoken.io/news. You'll see the latest news there as well. So we will be talking about one of our first products is energy points. Now there are 4 ways for you to acquire them. You want to know how? Number 1 is very simple. Upon registrations. When a person registers to Vitae, he receives as a free gift 1 energy boost. I'll explain later what an energy boost is after I finish with energy points. But an energy boost contains, we saw it already when we listed up what it is in our product, it contains energy points, even a set of amount of 150 energy points. However, this is one way for you to get energy points. Number 2, how you can get to energy points is you can buy them unlimited. Doesn't matter how much you want to buy, whenever you want to buy them. Up to you. That's the second way for you to acquire those energy points. Number 3, how you can get these energy points is by purchasing energy boosts. Much as you get, upon registration, you get 1 for free. However, if you wish to have more energy points, you can buy energy boost. However, you're quite limited up to 20, unfortunately just 20 energy boosts a day. Okay? But there's another way for you to acquire energy points. However, you have a 4th very interesting way to get energy points, and this is when the person who referred you to Vitae decides to gift you an energy boost through their share power, which I will explain later in this journey what that exactly means, the word share power. You will get there as well from this very energy boost, energy points. Now, energy points in detail. What does that mean? How much do you need to pay in order to get some energy points? Well, the minimum is 0.01 credit cents for 2 energy points, which means make the math, for 0.20 credit cents, you will get 14 energy points. For 0.60, pay attention, when I say 0.60, you will get 120 energy points. Okay? Bear that in mind, because I'll come back to it in our next slide. For 0.80 cents, you will get 160 energy points. What can you do with the energy points? Basically, very simple. You can use them to like posts, for example, on your timeline. After public launch, for example, for free members, they'll be able to unlock certain features that they want, not making an upgrade, but they won't pay with energy points. Much more, but even though for upgraded members, there will be features where they can use energy points, let alone their upgrade part. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. An energy boost, we talked about an energy boost. Here you see you can buy an energy boost for 0.60 credit cents. And you see already that an energy boost contains 150 energy points. But wait a minute, we just said that for 0.60 credit cents, you get 120 energy points, and that's correct when you just buy energy points. But if you decide to buy a boost of energy points, you'll get, instead of 120 energy points, 150 energy points. And how the other way to get an energy boost is, for example, upon registration. Yeah, which means when you register, Vitae will also reward you as a gift 1 energy boost. However, with each and every energy boost, there's a bonus. And this is what is so interesting there. Every time when a person buys an energy boost, Vitae will go and plant a unit in the garden. To me, I see a unit as a flower. Okay? Every time you do a good activity and you do something on the platform, Vitae will take that flower, that unit, and will plant it in the garden. And believe me, we have already a very beautiful garden, but our goal is to make that garden a worldwide beautiful garden. Like even this country where I'm currently at, they don't have such nice gardens. Okay? And they have already nice ones. Okay? Vitae will also plant a unit for every new registered member. Why is that? Because when a person registers, he gets an energy boost. So when an energy boost is being received or purchased, it doesn't matter. There's always a bonus attached to it. And this flower, this unit will be planted in the garden for him or her. Now, one of the things that we described earlier in the problems and the statistics in part one of this journey was the problem of fake news and misinformation. Now, I know at the time, I don't know today, I've got to look that up at some point. I know that Facebook, for example, has an army of, at that time, it was 15,000 people who do moderation on their platform. 15,000 people, that's a lot. To do moderation, in order to spread. I don't think they're that successful. Maybe they do it in a different way with different dynamics. I'm not going to bash here Facebook today. I let everybody has his own opinion. We are about free speech. Okay? However, we do see that there's very much fake news, and the community should be the one to decide how we limit that. So we have designed a very, very unique feature. Yeah? And this is very simple. The idea that we decided is when a person goes and shares a post, usually in every other platform, it should be for free. Yeah, as far as I know. However, what we want to do is something else. We want people to pay before they share something. If you would ask me what's the logic behind it, because usually we would say if people need to pay, they will say like, whoa, I'm not sure I want to be part of your platform because it's not for free. Well, you might have a good argument there. And I will not bash your argument. However, think about it differently. What if people think, you know what, I don't mind the price of having a free platform to share stuff, but I'm going to get all this crap on my face? Or no, I want to be part of a platform where I know that there are no fake news, there's no misinformation there, I'm willing to pay for it. Think about the last statistic that I showed you earlier. Remember I told you we're going to use it back in our journey? 75% of people who have been surveyed would rather pay to online services not to get all this kind of stuff. It's just 10 cents. Enough to make you think before you share something. Now, what is it going to make to you is when you see a post, you'll decide, do I want to share it? Will it add value to someone else's life? Is this a good recipe for a beautiful cake? Yeah, and a very tasty one. Is it an emotional video or an emotional picture that will impact somebody's life? Will it inspire other people? Yes, I would pay 10 cents. Will it destroy somebody's life? Would it make fun of someone? Do I really want to pay and be part of something like that? Of a chain of inciting violence, for example, one to another? Creating a mess around the world? Or do I want to be part of a platform that actually limits that stuff, which means in the offline world, we also limit it with getting bad stuff and inciting people to violence, and will make the world a better place. This is the idea behind it. And I can tell you from the numbers that we see from within, we having so far, based on just a beta test, a very, very, very good feedback from that. It's being used very, very much. People are really, really, really very into it. So know that when you are with Vitae, sharing a post, sharing good content, valuable content on a timeline, will deduct 10 credit cents off your credits account. Now this 10 credit cent, that doesn't go to the company. We're not here to earn on your behalf from this sharing of this valuable content. What we want to do is every 10 credit cents that a person pays in order to share good content will be divided in 5 pieces, which means 5 times 0.02 credit cents. One of those 5 times will always go to the owner, the creator of this content, of this post. Always. Remember, we talked about it earlier. Your content, your work, your effort, your talent, whatever that is, it's yours. You own it. You deserve and you should be rewarded for a lifetime whenever this is being shared. So every time when your post is being shared, it doesn't matter in eternity how far that goes, how wild that goes, and how many people decided to share it. Every time it is being shared, 0.02 credits is reserved directly to your credits account. Okay? What happens with the other 4 remaining 0.02 credits will be distributed as follows, which means there's always a difference in how it is, in what timing it is being shared. When I say timing, it is from where and when. Now I wanted to introduce to you the way and system that people, join Vitae. Vitae, you don't join just by registering online to a platform. You have to be invited. Somebody needs to refer you to Vitae and needs to send you a link in order to join. In this case, we took this young girl, Linda, as an example. She invited Josh to the platform. Josh invited Tina to the platform. Tina invited her friend Martin to the platform. And Martin has referred Ernst to Vitae. So we're giving you here an example of just people who decided to spread the word. Remember that second question, how many people will do this because you decided to share it with them? Well, Linda decided to share it with Josh. And Martin has decided to share it with Ernst. Yeah? Now Ernst decides, you know what? There's a beautiful view in front of me. Good stuff, beautiful stuff. Let me take a picture of it and post it on my timeline. Yeah? Now, see, in this example, we have next to Ernst, we have Marie. Now, Marie is not necessarily invited, could be, but not necessarily invited through Ernst to Vitae platform. They're just friends on their timeline. They connected on the platform. This is the purpose of a social media platform, to be social with each other, to communicate, to connect. Remember? Marie is today on her timeline. She checks her posts and she says, you know what? This particular post of Ernst, I like that. I want my friends to see that as well. She has, for example, a friend called Dimitri. I'll introduce Dimitri to you soon. And she wants Dimitri, for example, to see that as well. So she decides to pay 0.10 credit cents. What happens with that is, again, there's always 0.02 cents going to the creator of the post. In this case, it is Ernst. Now, because she's the first in line to share it from Ernst, the remaining 4 0.02 credits will go to people who brought Ernst actually in the first place to Vitae. In this case, it's Martin. And who brought Martin? Tina. Who brought Tina to Vitae? Josh. We'll refer Josh to Vitae, Linda. So now you see on the screen how it gets shared. Ernst as an owner of the post, but then because there are Marie's too close to the creator of the post, the rest will go to those who invited him. Now what happens is, here's Dimitri. Dimitri is a good friend of Marie, right? Remember Dimitri? Just talked about him. Nice guy, loves the post of Ernst that Marie has shared from Ernst. He says, you know what? I like that. I want my friends to see that as well. So he says, you know what? I'm going to pay 10 cents to share it. Now, because he shared it from Marie, she's going to get paid 0.02 cents. One always, 0.02 cents goes to, you're right, it goes to Ernst because he's the creator of the post. The remaining 3, you'll see as the following example, will go to those, like before, who referred the owner of the post to the platform. However, in this case, Linda is out of play. Okay? Now, Dimitri is another friend. And this friend is called Mark. Now, Mark says, you know what? That post that originally is from Ernst, I didn't see his timeline because I might not be his friend. But I like it from Dimitri's timeline. I want to share it from Dimitri. So he decides to pay 10 cents. Now, what will happen? He shares it from Dimitri. Dimitri will be rewarded. Dimitri has shared it from Marie. Marie will be rewarded. Number 3 will be the owner of the post. The remaining 2 will go to those who referred the owner of the post, but then Josh and Linda in this case, Linda in the previous case already, but Josh now as well is out of play. Taini is a very good friend from Mark. Taini decides to share it as well. Gustavo is a good friend of Taini. He decides to share it as well. Let's see how this goes here. Gustavo shares it from Taini. Taini deserves 2 cents. She shared it from Mark. Mark from Dimitri. Dimitri from Marie. Yeah? And then we have Ernst. This is the 5th. Which means all those who referred Ernst to the post, as further, you see what that means? As further it goes down from the owner of the post, those who referred the owner of the post to the platform will vanish from the reward of that sharing, and it will be distributed to those who shared it before you, those you shared it from. Which means if you pay 10 cents and somebody shares it from you, this is the way you also reward, get it back, you actually earn it back. So know one thing, when you will share valuable content, you'll be able to earn it back. If you share stupid content, it will probably not be shared as much, which means this is the way it will be limited. This is the way it will be limiting the spread of fake news and misinformation. The community decides what to share and what not to, because they pay for it. This is how we want to drive the value of content on our platform and be an example of social media, how this is supposed to be. Being social again. Okay? I'm going to give you another example. You have Barrett, you have Maylin. Yeah? Now, Maylin is a good friend. I don't know who made me this remark this week. I don't remember, but somebody told me something about Maylin, but never mind. Maylin is a good friend of Barrett. She decides to share it from Barrett from Gustavo from Taini from Mark from Dimitri from Marie, and Marie has shared it in the first place from Ernst. Now what will happen now is Maylin has paid 10 cents. It will go to Barrett because she shared it from Barrett from Gustavo from Taini from Mark. However, you see that Dimitri and Marie are not a play anymore. Now you will ask yourself, Mark has actually shared it from Dimitri. Why doesn't Dimitri earn it? Because it's very simple, because there's always 10 cents being divided in 5. Now, if the first 4 people you share from had already earned, the 5th goes always, you got it right, to the owner, the creator, the person who did the content on the platform. Okay? And this is what we call share power, the power of sharing, which means every credit earned when a post is being shared is divided into always 50% will go into the credits account, yet the other 50% will go into the share power account. Now, what is the share power account? The credits account, we know what that is, yeah? But what is the share power account? The share power account can be used for one thing and one thing only. You, as a person, as a member of Vitae, have also decided, remember question number 2, to share it with other people. You personally referred them, you send them your link, you invited them to the platform. Those people, you can do something for them. With this very share power you own, you can donate an energy boost to them once you have accumulated in your share power account 0.60 share power credits. Okay, it's a special box just for the share power. Remember, 50% goes into share power. What can you do with the share power? You can donate an energy boost. Remember we talked about an energy boost? You can donate them to the person you referred personally to the platform. The power of giving is one thing. The power of sharing is another thing. But giving is receiving. Now what does that mean? The person you just donated an energy boost to, this very direct referral, yeah? Let's take, for example, Linda. Linda has referred Josh, remember? Josh, if he gets an energy boost from Linda, with the energy boost he will receive as well 150 energy points. What can you do with the energy points? You can like post, you can unlock features, you can do much more stuff that will come in 2021 and so on. Yeah? However, every time an energy boost is involved, what happens? There's a bonus attached to it. What is that bonus? That bonus for Josh is that Vitae will also plant one unit, one nice flower, in the garden for this direct referral, which is in our example, Josh. But Josh's unit will be planted in whose garden? It will be planted in the garden of Linda, of his sponsor. Which means, Linda, if you give something to Josh, you'll receive something back. Yeah? Now, we talked about the garden all the time, and I told you with an idea, look at the picture on the left, you unlock an opportunity always. Always. So, pay attention, because to those who are looking for opportunities, when I ask you the very first question, are you ready for the future? Let me present to you the opportunity. We talk about the garden. Now, what is the garden all the time? We talk about nice flowers and nice gardens. By us, in our life, in our Vitae, the garden is the state-of-the-art algorithm that calculates commissions that Vitae will pay out to members for their activities. People who are active on the platform, they buy energy boosts, they have share power, etc. There's an activity, it goes into the garden, it being planted a unit in the garden. What is that? It's something, an algorithm will calculate commissions for you. Now, how does it work? It works very simple. The units are being planted in the garden from left to right in a very balanced way, clockwise. As you see on the animation in front of you now happening on the screen, in a balanced way, this will always be the way the garden is being filled. Okay, and I'll get to it later in detail with the next idea. This is how it works. Now, what is that garden? Yeah, every unit is planted in the garden of their sponsor. Every time when a person buys an energy boost, he will receive a unit. And this unit will be placed and planted, in the garden of their sponsor. Every time. Every time a unit is being planted, there is a commission attached to it. And that commission is being paid out instantly in the second the unit is being planted. Okay? Now, the garden is filled by expanding your network, which means the more people in your network that are invited through you, they get energy boost upon registration. They might buy energy boosts every single day, up to 20. They might get from you share power from your share power and energy boost. Every time there's an energy boost involved, there will be a unit planted in the garden. So if you want to know how this garden is being filled, I just explained it to you. Now, a full garden will pay out 344.10 credits in garden commission. Now, a full garden is a 5x5. And what does that mean? If you go back to the sunburst that I just shared with you, it is always divided by 5 and it grows more and more and more and more. Every level, the closest to you is the first level, then you have the second level, and it grows furthermore. Every level has a special garden commission. If you look on the left side picture on the screen, you'll see 5 levels. Level 1 will be 0.12 credit cents garden commission, which is being immediately paid out once there is a unit planted in that level. Second and third level, there will be 0.04 credit cents per unit that is being planted there. Level 4 and level 5 of this sunburst will be paid out 9 credit cents when a unit is being planted on this level. Ultimately, a full garden has paid you out 344. But if you look on the right side of that left picture down there, there is a sponsor commission. The sponsor commission is you. What does that mean? You, or maybe the person that invited you to the platform. The sponsor commission is the person who invited a certain person is being rewarded for the activities, the people who he or she referred to the platform. When they earn something, you help them earning, you receive a referral commission, which means a sponsor commission. Okay? Every time that a 344.10 credit that has been earned in the garden accumulates 101.5 credits sponsor commission to the sponsor. You do not need to wait until the garden has been filled. Every unit that is being planted has an immediate garden commission payout to the person and an immediate sponsor commission payout to the person who referred them or her. How does it work? It's very simple, which means if you as a person on your 5th level of the garden, if you received 9 credits, as mentioned in the garden commission picture on the left, the person who referred you will receive 3 credit cents sponsor commission, because on your 5th level, there is a unit being planted. Is that clear? What else do we have? Remember, we talked about an upgrade, which means every time a person upgrades, every month, 199.99 credits. Yeah, this is an activity. When you refer people who do an upgrade, this is an activity. Vitae has set up the purpose sunburst, which is the purpose, to invite people to the platform. This is a purpose. There's a state-of-the-art algorithm as well that will calculate commissions that Vitae pays out to people and members and users who for their upgrade activities. Like the garden, it goes as well clockwise from left to right. Yeah, so if you hear your purpose units and you see it is being filled up in a balanced way. When we get to the 3rd level of the purpose, again, it will always balance itself to this position that you have in your purpose tree. Yeah, purpose tree, I say purpose sunburst. Okay? This is new to us also, we've got to get used to this. But this is how it works, in a balanced way. So when you ask yourself, hey, I thought it's going to be one next to another, no, this is not how it works. This algorithm works different. Now, every time someone upgrades, a commission is being paid out to the sponsors, to the refer/referrers, to the inviters/inviters. What does that mean? Like the garden, we had a 5x5, which means it's divided in 5 every level, and it grows up to 5 levels. The purpose, however, if you look at the left side picture, is a 3x8. You saw it 3 times divided in the purpose sunburst, but it grows up to 8 levels, which means every time a person upgrades, there's a commission being paid out, but it's not just being paid out to the person who referred, it's also to the people who referred them before. Like, for example, we saw Ernst, we saw, I forgot now the name, who referred Ernst, doesn't matter, I'll remember that probably next time. Like Josh and Linda, for example. This is how it works here as well, okay? The payout, as much as in the garden, occurs instantly when the upgrade happens, okay? And the purpose grows as well by expanding your network of upgraded members. Now in this beta, it is obviously everybody's an upgraded member, so you see that much more, yeah? But this is how it works. And a full purpose, as I just explained, is a 3x8, but a 3x8 will accumulate together 28,546.14 credit cents. How does it work? Well, if it's a 3x8, if you see on the left side picture, level 1, there's a purpose commission of 67. A 3x8, that's 3 times 67. Which means if it's a 3x8 and it's multiplied by 3, on your 2nd level you get 15 credits purpose commission, but this will be times 9. And the next level will be times 27, because it's a 3x8, it's multiplied by 3. And this goes down up to 8. But as much there's 8 levels of purpose commission, there's also 8 levels of sponsor commission. And every 28.5 approximately credits earned in the purpose will accumulate 8,109.75 credits commission to the person, to the sponsor who referred them directly. Which means, for example, if the person you referred has on his 7th level of his purpose sunburst, a person who has upgraded and has landed in the 7th level, which means this person will earn 2.25 credits on this very upgrade. You, as the sponsor of this very person, will receive 0.50 credits as sponsor commission because you help somebody else earn 2.25 credits. Okay? I hope this clarifies a lot. If not, see you in our next presentation where this gets more and more and more into you. But of course, every time a person upgrades, and when I say every time, that's actually every 30 days, in addition to the upgrade, one that upgrades will receive a 5 energy boost. And what happens when there are 5 energy boosts? Yes, that's right. You get per energy boost 150 energy points. A total of 750 energy points will be granted every time an upgrade occurs. What else is attached to an energy boost? Indeed, a bonus. And a bonus means Vitae will also plant 5 units for those 5 energy boosts in the garden. Every time. Now we keep talking about 199.99 credits every single month for an upgrade, and that's right. However, there's something very cool with Vitae, and it's called the RS. Now the RS stands for Residual Retention System. It is residual. It says every month, again and again. What does the RS stands for is instead of making you take out of your pocket every time fresh 199.99 credits, Vitae, the RRS, will reserve it for you every time from month to month from your credits account. Now, before I explain you exactly how this works, there's something that you need to understand and need to know it. And this is once the RRS gets activated, and it gets activated after your first upgrade, it is lasting for a lifetime. Okay? So from the first upgrade that you do, you have RRS. RRS lasts for a lifetime. What does it do? The first 199.99 credits that appear in your credits account will be reserved for your next monthly subscription, for your next monthly upgrade. The RRS automatically upgrades your account when your current upgrade expires. You do not need to press any buttons at that time. Okay? Which means, as much as you have upgraded, what happens is your purpose gets activated, which means there is a commission being paid out as well to the people who referred you, right? Now, every month, as per the RRS activation, the respective commissions is being paid out instantly, again and again and again. So as much as the 199.99 credits for an upgrade is also on a monthly basis, well, the 28,500 or 8,109 sponsor commission is also on a monthly basis because you paid in the subscription. The RRS has done it for you because it reserved the first 199.99 credits that appeared on your credits account. Now again, the RRS is eternal and cannot be deactivated. You cannot send a ticket to support, hey, I want to be out. No, this is the terms and conditions you applied for when you decided the first upgrade. This is how the system works. Because there's a bigger purpose to it. This is why we call it the purpose. Okay? Now what happens if there are not enough credits to activate the RRS? Well, the upgrade will obviously expire. What you need to know is that an expired upgraded member is eligible for sponsor commissions only, but not for purpose commissions. Garden and sponsor commissions of the garden is something else. Okay? However, once there are enough credits again in the balance of your credits account, the RRS will execute immediately the upgrade and will enable the purpose commissions again. Part 4 Vitae token. We keep talking about credits in terms of value of United States dollars, USD value. But actually, we don't bring in dollars to our system. Now, credit is not something that you bring from the outside. What you do bring from the outside is the Vitae token. Now, Vitae token is a community-driven token, which is an open source cryptocurrency, but it has a utility. Actually, a hybrid with a purpose. What's the purpose? To utilize this token and give it a real utility for people to demand and supply it. Yeah? It's trustless transactions. You do not need to trust a bank in order to do that. It's a very fast transactions, which means there are no banking holidays in between. It's worldwide, very low transaction costs, decentralized. Two very important points as well. For those who understand a bit of cryptocurrency, we never did an ICO, dumping I don't know how many coins in the market for people to dump it again on the market. Number one. Number two is, as a proof of stake token, we had to start with pre-mining proof of work a substantial, an amount of tokens, a set of tokens. What we did with these pre-mined tokens is we fundamentally burned them in the blockchain in the form of fundamental nodes to keep the blockchain alive. We do not possess them, which means we will not be able to manipulate with those very tokens and dump it on your behalf. We fundamentally burn them, which means we, the company, do not possess the pre-mined tokens. Okay? You gotta find some people from the early birds, those who have been with us when this baby has been born. They'll be able to tell you how this fundamentally was burned within the blockchain. Part 4 was short. Part 5, to me, to you, to everyone, the most important one. Vitae, the vision. I want to go summon up the first 4 parts of our journey today. We acknowledged a problem. We learned statistics. We took a conclusion. We provided a solution, a new social media platform. We discussed the product, how it works. We saw the opportunity, and we know as well in what form the payment in and the payment out happens. But I told you before everything, if you don't have a vision, you're going nowhere. See, we cannot do this alone. Okay? However, we believe to have now the best chance and the opportunity of our lifetime to make an amazing change in social media as a whole. Which means the current status of social media that I told you earlier, that we talked and discussed together earlier, the problems that we saw, the statistic that we have, the conclusion that we took, that all of that has led us to be not social anymore. We believe that we have now the best opportunity to change social media as a whole. Why is that? Because we are being a social media platform for the people to start with. What kind of people? For the people who seek freedom of speech, who want their opinions to be voiced out there, who want their free speech to be respected amongst others. For people who seek privacy of their data, they don't want companies to sell their data. No, sorry. People who want their data to be stored, secured, who don't want that out there. Privacy of speech, this is the people who seek that. We're being a platform for them. And the most important part to me is we want to be a platform for people who are being customers rather than objects, rather than products being sold to advertisers. A social media platform where the people get to earn on their valuable content and be rewarded for their activities instead of what we see today in other platforms. A platform where the people are being respected for who they are rather than being silenced, censored, or manipulated. Now we have laid out the foundation, but in order to achieve this very vision, we need you. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say it, we need you. Smart, dumb, tall, short, thin, thick, rich, poor, able, disabled, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the background of yours is, what kind of religion you practice. It doesn't matter. We need you. We need you. We're talking about a social media platform. We need you. Socialize with everyone. We need you to join this very journey. And we need you to spread the word and tell it to every single person you know. What is coming? Guys, you are blessed. You know something that others don't. The rest of the world is blind so far. Your job is to help those blind people see. You possess information that others don't have. You know it up front. Think about, for example, Tesla. Today you know they have very good shares. Imagine you would know 20 years ago that there will be one day a company called Tesla and they will offer some shares to buy. Imagine you would know that information 20 years ago. I'm not talking to you in the year 2041. I'm talking to you in the year 2021. You possess valuable information. Spread it to every single person you know. Do not judge any person if they are on social media or not. Will they like the new social media platform or not? Are their friends there already now? Their friends. It's not your business. Imagine a person who told you about Vitae would do this to you and would not tell you. See, this person has done a great job. He told you something. It is time to give something back to him and tell it to your friends as well, to your family members, to your colleagues in work. And don't think you don't make a difference. You are. Believe that you make a difference. You have to believe that what you add to this cause really matters. Every single person that you involve, that you tell them what is happening, where is this going, what is it that we want to achieve. We want to be a platform for everyone, for the people. We want to be a platform of customers, not of objects. We don't want to be turned into objects. We don't want to be turned into products. We are people. We deserve that respect. There's a platform that will give it to us. It matters. It really matters. Now, what would the world look like when this vision is accomplished? Remember, I asked you earlier 3 questions. How many people do you think will join? What would the world look like when all these people join, that you attach this number? What would the world look like when that very vision is accomplished? Remember the second question that I asked you before we started this journey. How many people will do so because you decided to share it with them? And here comes my second question to this question. What if you made that difference? What if you specifically made that difference because you decided to share it with them? And when you know when this vision is accomplished and how the world will look like this, how would it make you feel? How would it make you feel when you know that because of your determination, your dedication to this mission, to this holy cause, what will make you feel? How would you feel when you know that you made that difference in the world to make it a better place and together with the entire community grow global prosperity? What would it mean to you? Try to visualize that picture. Put yourself in that position. Wait, hold on a minute. What if the entire world uses such a platform? How does it make you feel? How does it look like? Imagine it to yourself. Paint it to yourself. Crystal clear picture in your mind. Visualize it to yourself. How would it look like? The same way you're used to WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, you name it, Twitter, whatever. See, 20 years ago, you couldn't visualize that. Some people did. You have the opportunity to visualize Vitae 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the road. How would it look like? How would you feel if this is you who shared it with them? I'm asking you to join us in this journey. Help us spread the world. Help us spread it to the world so we can make a social media, again, a platform for the people, because we cherish life. We are life. We are Vitae. All right? Let me get back to you. I'll stop sharing my screen. Great to see you all again. Anyhow, I would like to, first of all, I told you they have good news about the incentive. We had some technical issues today, and as much as we have our IT team dedicated to the new platform, we don't want it to be too much dedicated to the current platform, which means people have had issues, some to register, some to upgrade because some of the transactions didn't process yet. And there was a lot of demand telling us, coming to us saying listen, the challenge was originally from 20 to 26th of January to invite people. However, they need to make their upgrades latest until February 3rd. Okay? Not registering the first and upgrading the second because it's not counted. This was the original. We changed it, we adopted because the communication went out that it is from the 19th to the 26th. However, because of that technical issue, we are willing to extend that, meaning up until the 3rd of February, people can still register on the 1st, on the 2nd, and on the 3rd, having to make the upgrade as well in those dates. They will be counted into the incentive if you personally referred 4 of them in order to get your 100 extra credits up to until 2 weeks after we launch our new platform. Okay? So get into high gear. You have now a few days that you can prepare your prospects. You cannot invite them directly from the 27th up until the 31st because the platform will be in a countdown. We'll migrate your information, important information. Again, you need access to your email. No access to your email, no access to the platform. Sorry. Okay? And saying that, you got actually 3 more days, the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd, to invite and upgrade those people to the incentive, and you'll be amongst those who are privileged to get another 100 credits on their account. Maybe 100 credits doesn't make a big difference for you, maybe. But I believe a lot of people, it can make a difference. Another 100 credits, especially in those times, especially in those difficult times, another 100 credits can mean a lot. It can save some people from not cutting off their lights. I mean what I say. I'm not looking to poor countries, I'm looking into rich countries. I know a lot of people who struggle to pay their bills. And this 100 extra credits can mean that change of life to them. It can mean a Vitae to them. Okay? My next topic that I would like to discuss is how to tell your Vitae story. I think I have to start with how to not tell your Vitae story. I told you that I get feedback from the field, sometimes directly. Sometimes I see that by the amount of support tickets and the content in the support tickets. I have sometimes examples, and I don't want to say it so rough, but believe me, if I had a hammer, I would just splash it through the screen. I mean, seriously, I'm like, oh my God, where is this coming from? Some people think that in order to make Vitae attractive and tell the story of Vitae is they need to show their income logs in order to convince someone to register to Vitae. You know what that tells me? Everything that we just talked about, the vision of this company, where this is going, they feel it's not important. They're presenting an investment platform to people. Look, you invest this is what you get. They don't tell them you need to work. They don't tell them what they need to do. One of the support tickets, I'm not going to repeat word for word because I don't remember word for word, but one of them was, hi, I invested $250, by the way, nice amount. Don't know where this exact number comes from. The person who referred me told me that I don't have to do anything. I'm already a few months into this system, and I didn't earn $1 cent. The person who referred me doesn't pick up my phone numbers. By the way, I don't wonder why. Well, this kind of information out there in the market, that doesn't do any good to people. That doesn't do anything good. And you know what? If you think about it, it doesn't even make something good to the person who invited him. Because it doesn't last. Because this person has joined with wrong information in his head, he's expecting one, and he doesn't get it, and when he comes to cry or complain, we're telling him, excuse me, but you have been misinformed. And you should follow the Zoom calls that the company provides to get the accurate information. And I don't think those who followed my Zoom calls understood something similar to what this person does, but on the contrary, I keep repeating it. There is no free lunch. This is not an investment platform. This is not a lottery system. We don't have gambling license, so we don't operate as a lottery system. Let's be very frank about it. We do not possess a banking license in order to start offering you investments. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe other platforms will tell you, we have an own bank, we have that, we have that. No, we don't. I don't believe they have. We don't. We don't offer investment systems. We don't offer lottery, gambling systems. This is not who we are. Those people, they don't even know maybe that we have a social media platform as a product. We need to tackle this stuff. And you know how we do that? It's by coming out in the positive way. It's by doing from us the best that we can, by telling the right story out there. By explaining people what it is that we do. It's all about education and understanding. This is our job as humans, education and understanding. If you are educated and you understand what you do, then you can educate others, you can help other people understand what is it that we do, what is it that we have to offer. Okay? Learn to tell your story, not your upline story, not your friend's story, not your great upline story, not the CCO's story, no. Your story. You have a story. Every single person on this call, out of this call, whether you know him or her, whether you don't know them, every single person has a story. But look at the people who are sitting here today. Look at the people who are involved in Vitae. All of them have a story and they all have a reason. Okay? There is something that drives them. Look, let's be very open about it, yeah? From an external point of view, why should somebody I don't know how to say it. Why should somebody on Earth name join now a platform that is in beta, that can have a few days downtime now, that actually costs money to share stuff. In beta, it costs monthly a substantial amount. Most of my friends are not here. There's no cool chat yet that I can communicate. Why should somebody join this platform? As a co-founder of this platform, I'm asking you this question. If you don't know the answer to the why, you'll have a very, very hard time to move forward. The answer is very simple. There is a reason. The reason is not today. The reason is not tomorrow. The reason is the years to come. See, the world works from generation to generation. We get born, we die. What makes us special as human beings is that we leave a legacy behind us to the next generation. Each and every person tries to make his life, his family's life, a better place and lead them to a better world. This is who we are. This is how we operate. Despite what we know, what we believe in, this is what we want. We always hope for the best, we always bless people for the best, and we always pray for the best. This is what we want for our next generations. This is how it has been done for thousands of years, and this is how it's going to continue to be. Okay? We all want the best. Our parents wanted the best for us as well. Joining Vitae today is not about today, and it's not about the past, it's about the future. It's what you have learned from the past, it's what you see in the present, and we decided, you know what, we got to challenge what's happening. We got to tackle the situation. We need a solution to what's happening. We all agree by now that the current situation is not social anymore. And if this continues this way, pretty much all of us are going to become objects to online businesses who will just use us as numbers, take our private data and try to monetize it to advertisers, etc. I'm not asking you to start a war. I'm not asking you to take a fight. This is not me and this is not my win. I'm not a politician. What I'm talking to you about is starting to put in the right answers to your children's questions. When they ask you, what have you done to tackle this situation? You need to be able to give an answer. This is your story. You decided to be part of a movement that decides, you know what, we got to bring democracy to what it is. We got to bring social media to what it is. We got to bring making a living from a network, from a social media, to what it is supposed to be. We got to bring even cryptocurrency to what it is supposed to be. Okay, for those who have been involved in cryptocurrency in 2017, invested in every third ICO and lost their money to everything because people decided to take advantage of them using a young, modern, trending technology. Wow, everything goes, this is probably going to beat the Bitcoin. I'm in. Well, I'm in here, I'm in here, I'm in here. You're in everywhere and you're out everywhere, actually. Those people, they were in the pockets. We got to tackle that. This is our story. I belong to this and I want to be there from day one. Remember last week I talked about it. When you take this in an emotional way of looking at it, as your family, as your generation, your children, your great-grandchildren, and etc., from generation to generation, what is it that you want to pass on? You want to be part of every single part of that movie of your life. You don't want to miss 1 inch. This is not about eating popcorn and watch something happening. This is you making the movie. This is you being the actor of the movie. And know that every single step that you do in this movie is being recorded. History will witness on what you have done. You know who are the viewers? I'm not the viewer of your movie because I don't have time to watch your movie. I have to watch my own movie. Your viewers are your children, your relatives, your close people. What have you done for them? You've been part of building something. When I asked you earlier to spread the word, is being part of something. We got to do it together. Me, you, him, her, whomever. Doesn't matter who you are and what you possess. You have 2 eyes, you have a nose, you have a mouth, and you have 2 ears. And you have fingers to type, whatever it is, move on. Hit the gas pedal, I mean it. Just move on, do something about it. If this is important to you, now most of us sit in lockdowns, yeah? In countries that are restricting lockdowns even. You will be sitting at home. What is it that you want to do? Let's be honest, don't fool yourself, don't lie to yourself. All the stuff that you say, well, I'll have to do it, even this time you're not going to do it. Because the former lockdown, you also didn't do it. Use your time to do something better. You say, you know what, if this is a situation we got into, we got to make this world a better place. We got to connect and communicate with people, tell them, listen up, there is a better way to do that. We can and we must. I told you the good news is it is already in the making, this platform. Together with you, if we move forward like that, we can create amazing public launches here. I really, really hope we can do that live. Really, really hope. I don't want to launch in a Zoom call. But look, it is what it is. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to do it still in 2021. I mean, we're going to do it together. Yeah. But what I mean is, we really got to move forward in life. Learn to tell your Vitae story. What is important to you in life? When you decided, you know what, I am better. I am better. I'm not just going to copy paste everything. I'm going to do something with a purpose. I really have a purpose in my life and I'm going to do something with a purpose. This is why I'm doing this. I'm not busy with small details. Will the upgrade be extended in 5 days? What will be with the red IDs? I'm sorry, if this is what you're busy with, you're going to be stuck for the rest of your life because this is why you got in here in the first place, because this is your mindset. You're too small to see the big picture. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Take a helicopter right to the sky and start seeing the bigger picture. I mean, seriously now. Don't sit there with looking at blaming everyone for everything that happens around you in life. I had a conversation with a good friend this week, and I told him something. I told him, you know, all these companies today out there who are involved in technology and innovation have invested their time, their money, their effort, teams, and you have no idea how many hours, weeks, and months into getting you, the people, but you individually, addicted to their platforms. Whether it's Samsung and Apple to their devices, whether it's, I don't know which companies to their software, yeah, whether it's Amazon, whether it's eBay, I mean, you name it, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every single platform is to get you addicted and spend your eyeballs on their screen as much as possible. I don't know if you noticed it up until today, but now that I'm saying it, start thinking about it and you'll notice this is what these companies have designed. Take a game like Candy Crush. Every single day you'll see them getting addicted to this game. You know, you want to sign out, oh, I'll give you another boost, an energy boost. I'll give you something in a booster. Stay online. Stay online. Play more with us. Why? Because the more addicted you'll get, you'll be able to purchase and monetize stuff there. They want you online as much as possible. You might not pay for Facebook, anything. It might be a free platform, but the more your eyeballs are on their screen, the more they can use you to their advertisers. See, I have a potential customer for you, and they are between 35 and 40, and they like tennis, and they like to travel to Florida, for example, and they like the Sheraton hotels. Know how many advertisers I just mentioned to you? Potential advertisers? Bam. This is what these platforms have been designed for. Look, I'll be very honest with you. I want you to get addicted as well. Very, very addicted. But in a different mean. In a different way. I don't want you to be addicted on the platform, sit your entire day and spend your time there. This is not what I want. See, I don't have advertisers as customers. I want you to be addicted to something else. I want you to be addicted to tell this story to more people. Be addicted. Be every single day busy. Every single conversation. Every second you think about something, it should be about Vitae. How can I grow this story? What is my purpose? What is my part to make this a bigger story? I'll be honest with you. I'm currently in Dubai. I'm here for a series of meetings that I have to do for the company. And I'm sitting currently, for those who know Dubai, those who maybe read something about Dubai, I'm currently sitting on the palm. You know, Dubai has created an artificial island in the shape of a palm tree with a breakwater. And we keep talking about it all day, I mean, in between the meetings. It's all man-made, the palm. Actually, I'm in the center of water, of ocean, but on land right now. It's all artificial. It's been, all been done by man-made manpower. But it's not one person. And it was not locals who built it. You see? Somebody here had a dream. They had a vision. They wanted to make Dubai more attractive. They needed more piece of land. They needed more piece of beach. How can they extend that? They took architects from abroad. They knew it cannot be done alone. They need more and more people involved. And the more people involved, you can create something that has never been done before. Go on Google tonight, start Google Images, Palm Jumeirah, for example, and start looking at it. This is really a shape of a palm. This is not something that the nature created, something man-made. It is beautiful. It was beautiful before when I saw it on Google Maps. It is even more beautiful when I saw it live. Those who know me, I'm always asking myself, what can I learn from that? See, when there is a vision, and you really mean it, and you can you see this, you visualize the self, this image, how it will look like, you're going for it. Understand if this is the documentary that can show you how do you build an island in the middle of an ocean without it collapsing. You see, there's a plan, there's architects, there's a project manager, there's everything involved in this, but yet they are the people. It is not a one-man show. It is a people's show. We all got to do this together. We all have different lenses, different glasses. We all have different views, different perspectives. But we need one center point where we look at. Making the world a better place through a platform that will respect your needs as a whole, as people. And I'm thinking about our leaders in Ghana, which I, by the way, a fantastic call with them. A fantastic call with them. They have an amazing leader there, real leadership. I'm thinking about the people in India, thinking about people in Vietnam, thinking about people in Europe, I'm thinking about people in the United States. You know, they talk about COVID with the new variants and stuff, varieties of COVID. We have all kind of varieties of people on Earth. Yet if you learn something from COVID, it unites us all. COVID doesn't look if you're black or white. It doesn't look if you're rich or poor. It doesn't look if you're old and young. It comes to everyone. It unites us as people. What can we learn from that? Let us unite. Vitae represents life, the name, everything. Let us unite together in one cause, one mission. Get back life, real life. Connect with people. Be social again. We have to social distance physically, but let's be social between us as people. If we all do this together, you have an amazing, perfect story. This is your story. Don't try to convince people by monetizing them. This is my income logs. Don't repeat the mistakes that I've done and has taken them down. In scams, they use this kind of languages. It lasts for short term. People shouldn't join Vitae because you have a nice income log. Because what works for you doesn't work for them always. People should join Vitae understanding the bigger picture. And if you understand the bigger picture, it doesn't matter what your skills are. If you see the bigger picture, if you see those, if you ask yourself how many people join this platform and numbers, you can really see that. Understand that if you decided how many would share, do so because you decided to share with them from there, you're gonna be the ambassador, the mayor of the city of Vitae, to decide, you know what, I'm gonna grow this and help this make it a better and bigger place. It will all come. The financial benefit will come. It doesn't matter. I always say, think about long term. You don't want to make short term money because if you think about short term, you don't have a plan for long term. That means in long term, you're down. You see, when you think about long term, short term is not always as attractive. But while you think about long term, you suddenly start getting the short terms. And you don't even realize that, hey, I'm actually better. Because you keep looking at your goal. You keep looking at your vision. The bigger picture. The bigger picture. Do it for the bigger cause. You're going to be part of it. Think about the long term. If we make this story, and we will make this story a success, it will be huge. The question is not if we will make a success. The question is when will we make a big success? When will we make that noise? It depends on us. It depends on us. So let us make our own story. A greater story. Tell people why we decided to join now. Why not waiting for others to join first? We want to be there seeing it grow. We want to be able to tell our story. I told you last week, I'm going to repeat this time as well. Our story is not going to be we were amongst the first 100,000 people in Vitae, that's it. Period, blank. No. We were amongst the 100,000 pioneers there. We advanced this platform to the world. Because of us, people have changed their life from poverty to success. Because of us, we have made the world a better place. Because of us, people have a platform where they can freely speak. Because of us, people are not being monetized to advertisers, and they can have a free timeline of advertisement connecting with people because of us, because I was there from the very beginning. This is my story. Feel that? You feel the change now? That shift? That's a total different story. It is a story that has never been told, maybe by some individuals, not by a collective people of individuals. We can create that union. Have all a similar story, have all a similar legacy, creating a culture of people who really do something, not wait for others to do so. Be part of that amazing story. And I cannot wait to hear it personally from you, each of you personally, on a stage one day. I cannot wait. I know it'll be amazing. I know you're going to touch so many hearts, and I can see the tears of people going down their faces when you tell their story. When you tell them, sorry, your story. And when they think, yeah, I can witness that story because I feel the same. Visualize that picture when you are on the stage telling your story. It's not about how much you earned, it's about how much you give for others, how much you did for others. You're fortunate enough today to possess this information. You can be part of it. Don't waste this opportunity. Make it happen. Guys, I'm going to leave you with this. I wish you, from the depths of my heart, the biggest success, the biggest blessings, the biggest celebration. Tomorrow we're going into a small downtime. I'm going to see you back during those days of downtime. I want to give you during these days a sneak preview of what you should expect from the 1st of February on, looking at the new layout, the new platform. I'm going to talk on the inside to see when we can schedule something, to see how it works here from abroad. It's quite late for me as well here. And then let's start moving. Let's make it happen. February 1st is our day of launch to a big, big public launch sometimes during this year. Okay? See you all. Have a great night. Have an amazing night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. And let's start making our dreams reality. Because if we do so, you'll see what it means from dreams to magic. My dear friends, good night. Success. See you very, very, very soon. Goodbye.